We back at it. It's the Bols. You know what it is. Podcast that is. And as always, we everywhere. Sleeves the Hustler. With my man, with these two fucking assholes right here that you just see right here. My brothers, the Bols. Love them dearly. Stop all day long. You know what I'm saying? AKA Brother Byron. My man Tyree, a.k.a. Sky Ray.
We're everywhere.
You know what I'm saying? All day long. Dread on the lens panning. And this is what we do. And we're all assholes. And let's just get to it. Fuck it. It is what it is. How y'all been? We've been gravy. We've been away for a little bit, but we back. And you know what we back at? The original. Cooking up in the kitchen. In the Sharif kitchen. You know what I'm saying?
I don't even know what kitchen we in.
You know what I'm saying?
Fuck, man, just leave all that out, man. You don't want nobody coming up here. Like, I just wanted, like, somebody's gonna be a super fan and like, ooh, I just wanted to come all the way to Philadelphia just to see the Sharif kitchen. He gonna come down here at 4 o'clock in the morning. Somebody
and he gonna get shot. Well, he gonna meet Mustafa, and he's gonna find out about Abdul Sharif. All right, that's all.
If they got shirts on, I might let them slide.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
They wear merch.
Absolutely. If they got merch, you know what I'm saying?
We'll talk about the merch later. Yeah,
I'm saying?
Just hurry it up.
You know what I'm saying? Absolutely, man. What's up, brethren, man? How y'all, man?
Good, man.
Everything's everything, man. Glad to be here for the people. We're everywhere.
We're everywhere, dog.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that was a little something inside joke from earlier. We won't even get into that, but they can kiss my ass.
All right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We are. You saying we ain't?
You know what I'm saying? We are everywhere.
Boom, shakalaka.
Absolutely. All day.
Boom, shakalaka.
Cop
What we
up,
talking
you know
about today, gents?
Well, I wanted to start off with the vaccine mandates.
Okay.
He want to jump right into it.
Yeah.
Is there an issue with them?
Well, supposedly Biden's issuing a vaccine mandate for all companies to have over 100 employees. The employees either have to provide proof of their vaccination status, I guess proof of being vaccinated, not your status, or you got to do a weekly vaccine test, which is like a nose swab or something like that.
Well, listen, when I had to get the COVID test in August of last year, that cotton swab was French kissing my brain.
Right, that's what I heard.
So if they still doing the brain French kiss, you want to avoid that. Okay, good.
Because I took a test. I've taken a few of them. The home test. I took a test today.
Okay.
And it's not as invasive.
Okay.
At all. Okay. Just a little swab around your nasal.
Oh, you didn't have to shoot
nasal passages. Yeah, both of them joints, and then you put it like in this little packet.
Mail it somewhere
with some kind of solution. No, you get the results right there.
Okay, cool.
It's like a pregnancy test almost. It's like 2 lines. You're positive.
Well, where do you get them?
I'm not sure. My wife gets them.
Okay, got you. Okay, cool.
You got the end on that.
Yeah,
got you.
But I feel like, look, I know people are talking how, they're not going to get vaccinated, blah, 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 blah. If my job starts requiring me to get vaccinated, then fuck it, I'll leave my job. But I feel like that's all talk right now, because if you've been at someplace 20, 30 years, tenured, you're making good money working there, you're familiar with the work that you do, you're good at your job, I don't think it's going to be that easy just to walk away. I think eventually people who are resistant to getting a vaccine are going to opt for the test. You know what I mean? Taking a weekly test isn't so bad because, like I said, it's not invasive anymore. Don't scratch your brain like you used to. Now, what I'm not sure about is who's going to cover the fee for the test. Is it going to be the employer, or is it going to be the employee that has to foot the bill to take the test?
No, since you require me to take it, your ass going to pay for it, employer.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. But
good unless
they might say, the vaccine is free.
Right, exactly.
So I don't want to have to keep.
I'm cool. I don't want your free drug that you're putting into me. Kiss my ass.
So then you're going to have to pay for the test.
So guess what? I'm going to pay until I don't feel like paying. And fuck it. Then I'm going dolo for my own shit. And that's what it is with me. Join me and revolt.
That's what I'm saying. So it's almost like a war of attrition, I think. So if the employees actually have to cover the bill, they got to foot the bill. How many bills they're going to be willing to cover before they just say, you know what, fuck it, I'm just going to go get the shot. You know what I mean? And then we don't even know how long the vaccines are going to be free for. Because that could stop.
Man, listen, man. Cool. They can keep that shit.
I can't imagine that they would be charging, at least for the foreseeable future. Definitely not in 2021 type of thing. No. But to your point, man, it may get to a point where you know, they offer it, and then there's a line, and they're like, all right, well, we're not going to offer it anymore.
And some places give out incentives. They give you cash.
All types of incentives.
And don't that sound like fam? Let's just stop right there. That don't sound fucking funny to you? You offering me cash to take this shit. Why are you so pressed for me to take this shit? Yes, on the surface, I get what you're trying to do. You're trying to manipulate and populate and do everything properly with the population. That sounds great on the surface. But what's the underlying effect? At the end of the day, you still want me to trust the fucking government that's been on some shit forever, and I don't trust this shit. So I'm sorry. I feel that. I fuck with all my brothers here. The Bols have taken the vaccine, except the Bols sleeves. All right? And that I'm just in my corner with that shit, and I'll be in my corner with that for right now. And it's cool, but I'm just not. Like, that type of shit is funky to me, dog. Like, yeah, they gave, what was it, the Indians blankets, and it was what, smallpox? So, like, fuck out of here, dog. Yeah, let's take this. Take this shit for the vaccine. Like, nah, I'm not running to that shit, B. I'm cool.
I feel you. I hear you. But I know the vaccine, I know COVID is real. People are dying, from COVID. Some people have, pre-existing conditions, make them a little more susceptible. But, I could see a government saying, I don't want hundreds of thousands of our citizens to continue dying from something that we can kind of prevent. But then at the same time, it's like Sleeves is saying, if the government really cares so much for your health, well, how come we don't have free health care? You know what I mean? It's like now all of a sudden you want to give us this vaccine because you care so much about your people.
But hold on. And not only that, like I keep saying to y'all, I mean, you can do your research on a lot of things I'll be speaking about. There are natural remedies that you can go out and buy and use daily that are boosting your immune system and also helping to knock that shit out. That isn't a vaccine that they don't want to tell you to buy because you can just go fucking buy it from your herb store and not pay that. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole process with that. The vaccine is what? Moderna, Pfizer, corporations, motherfuckers getting paid. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a whole conglomerate. And I'm sorry, I'm not the conspiracy theorist and all that extra shit, but it's levels to this shit. So at the end of the day, it's your choice. It's your body. Like I said, my folks that have gotten it, I want y'all to be good and all like that. But for me, the shit don't sit right. So if it don't sit right, I ain't getting that shit.
Yeah, I feel you.
Cool.
I feel like because also, like we said before, because it's so new. If it was older, then I could see people being.
I had a conversation with an employee today, and they said, you're going to have to give me 5 years worth of research before I decide to take it.
But I mean, the vaccines usually have trials that last longer than that before they go to market.
Absolutely.
And so I can understand, look, I get it. I'm sure it has saved a lot of people's lives. We know that. You know what I mean? It has helped some people who contracted COVID, helped them survive, battle it successfully. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I understand people being leery too, because even the CDC on their website changed the definition for like vaccination. It used to be they would introduce a product to your body to try to create some type of immune response that would give you immunity from a certain disease. It will create, your response would create natural immunity to a specific disease. Immunity. You can't get this disease anymore after you take this vaccine. Mm-hmm. But now it just says that they introduce a product to your immune system that helps to protect you from specific diseases. It doesn't give you that immunity from it anymore. It's just an extra layer of
tried to sue their ass
protection.
Saying the word immunity when it really doesn't give you.
Well, because they know that, because there are plenty of people out there that have taken.
There could be a day
the shots
where
still test positive
the COVID vaccine has been modified and adjusted to where
it can eventually give you immunity.
I mean, to Sleeve's point, it's way too early to have any type of certainty to anything like that. I got it back in May, and like I was telling y'all over text, free Wi-Fi, already got my brain. Everything's good. Sometimes the microwave run, I'll piss my pants and forget who I am for like 30 to 45 minutes.
But you bring it
other
right
than
back.
that, I'm back and we everywhere.
Exactly. Talk to them. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is, man. Listen, man, at the end of the day, it's always about free choice, man, and doing what you need to do, and make sure that's what you do when it comes to that vaccine between the vax and unvax. You know what I'm saying? Where we at, man? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Next up on the list.
And I believe that's me.
You know what I'm saying? Pop! I'm rolling with the balls, baby.
The what?
The balls, baby.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
We was talking about Evander Holyfield.
Yeah, we did mention that.
The real deal.
The real deal.
Mm-hmm.
Holyfield.
He like 70 now, right?
Nah, he's 59.
Okay, damn near.
Right. So it's been a big trend, celebrity boxing. You got what's the guy's name? The white guy, YouTuber.
Jake Paul, Logan Paul.
Jake Paul. Jake Paul's the fighter, right?
Logan
Yeah,
Paul.
Jake Paul.
Yeah, but Jake Paul's one is more successful, I guess.
Yeah, he just had
the one
that
knocked
fight
out
with
Nate?
he just had the fight with I forgot whatever that.
Tyron Woodley.
Yeah,
He
exactly.
won by split decision.
Well, Tyron Woodley's been on the decline for a minute now,
Well,
so
he's been on the decline fighting top tier 5-star mixed martial artists.
Right.
I mean, you can't
Kind of
compare.
expected him.
Losing,
Yeah, yeah.
No. What I'm saying is losing to Kamaru Usman and losing to Jake Paul are two very different things. Like
Right.
there still should have been an expectation of Woodley, and he hurt Paul. Like I think he either dropped him or had him on the ropes. I don't pay for that type of shit. I didn't see the fight, but
he didn't finish him,
no, he didn't finish him, and
that's what we were
Jake Paul
expecting.
won by split decision,
which is
And-
always questionable.
obviously, because you're leaving it up to the judges in a Jake Paul friendly environment.
And that's what a professional fighter like Tyron Woodley is not supposed to do. is leave it up to the
Correct. I
judges.
mean, but
So his
Jake
credit,
Paul
that
was
was
like
his first.
4 or 5 inches taller. He's like 30 pounds. Size matters. Don't wince.
I'm not.
I mean-
the man's experienced.
He is, but
Yeah,
Jake Paul
it's
is
boxing,
trained,
man.
Like for all
boxing.
of Tyron Woodley's experience, say what you want for Jake Paul, but he ain't
And it's
doing shit else with
boxing.
his life. But training as a professional boxer, like,
Exactly.
and there
What else
comes
is Tyron Woodley
there
doing
comes a
besides training as a
line
fighter?
where it's
that's
no
not
longer
training as a
fraud
boxer.
and it approaches seriousness. What you would, I guess, what the people would kind of want, and it's not exactly apples to apples, but he's kind of on that Tommy Morrison trek. Remember the Duke from Rocky V? Like, I mean, once people found out he was John Wayne's descendant and he had a punch and he can fight. He could fight. He had all the fanfare and all the buzz behind him, but then he ran into Ray Mercer and he beat the shit out of him to
I
an
hit
unsafe
blunt
point
hard
in
like
the
Ray
corner. And I think the masses are going to be happy when Jake Paul meets his Ray Mercer and gets his ass whipped, which could happen, but shout out to Jake Paul because he's only picking fights that, he has a high winnable percentage in because I guess, he's probably going to get X amount regardless of who he's fighting unless, you go real high in terms of the tier. So if you're going to make $5 million for fighting Tyron Woodley or you would make $5 million for fighting, I don't know, insert power punching murderous person here, fucking fight Woodley.
Yeah, I hear that. But still, I was expecting more from Woodley.
From a 59-year-old, from Woodley, not
Yes,
Holyfield.
yes,
Okay,
yeah. Not to.
Yeah,
I mean,
I was
but
expecting
Holyfield should have played himself.
But look, I know. Look, Woodley's UFC fighter. Jake Paul's boxing.
Yeah.
He's going from UFC to boxing. There's still striking involved. I'm not sure.
Sure.
I don't know Woodley's complete combat.
I've
sports
seen him knock
background.
people out in
Right.
UFC, but
I
different
would
gloves.
think somebody who was experienced like that as a combat fighter would have done better fighting somebody who was way less experienced. You know what I mean? Even though the other guy may have had a height and a weight advantage, I still expected more.
But if this guy has been doing, in fairness to Jake Paul, no disrespect to Woodley, if Woodley's been in a situation where MMA is everything, so you train in everything. He's focused on footwork, boxing shit. Now you came into the boxing world.
And to the original point, shout out to Tyron Woodley, former UFC middleweight champion. He's not at his best. It's the reason why he's fighting celebrity boxers and not
Exactly.
fighting in the octagon anymore because he's kind of lost his way out of the UFC.
yeah.
So you just take.
Maybe he's lost
It
the
was
fight.
a more than modest payday. Like I think they got like M's for that. So
Or maybe the fight's just not in him anymore. So
listen, there comes a point for that. Mike Tyson attested to that. Like, soon as Lennox Lewis cracked his ass in the mouth with a right hand, like this shit ain't in me no more.
Or a 59-year-old Evander
Right.
Holyfield fighting for what?
Vitor
Celebrity,
Belfort.
whatever.
well,
Like,
Evander got all them kids. I'm sure that
no,
man got some
dog. You
bills.
60, dog.
Like,
Sit your
but
ass
see,
down,
if he
dog.
didn't
but
manage his
the
money
worst thing
right.
about it is that obviously that's the most important thing. But like, if me, you, and Evander were all sitting here shirtless, people would look at, oh my God, Evander's he's carved out of granite. He must still be able to whoop ass. And people saw him walking around all diesel. I'm like, okay, well yeah, let's sign him up for somebody. But that ain't got shit to do with him getting hit in the jaw by somebody younger, faster, stronger. That ain't got shit to do with the decades
Of him getting hit in the
getting hit in the jaw by professional, hard, pipe-hitting people that are paid to hit you as hard as they possibly can. Like, he
Exactly.
fought Foreman. Like, he fought Bo. Luke, like, I mean, I'll be here all day talking about Evander fights, but and he didn't run, like he fucking fought.
Exactly.
So he put in miles of getting.
And he was
hurt.
always a smaller fighter in all them fights, wasn't he?
Correct. He was an undersized heavyweight, but you know, he brought it. So the fact that a 59-year-old is getting dropped in the first round, I mean,
It's not surprising.
yeah, it's not surprising.
Well, no, it is a little surprising. I did not expect Evander Holyfield. I'm sorry, once again, have expectations.
Yeah.
I didn't expect Evander Holyfield to go out in the first round, even if he just went on the defensive. You know what I mean? I wasn't expecting.
True.
Damn, I'm not.
Even at 59, I'm sorry.
I'm not
Name
saying.
recognition, man. You gonna expect it now? I mean, he probably won't do it.
I'm not going to say first round, but I expected you to go the fuck down. Period. You're 59. Like
If Vitor Belfort fought Mike Tyson, do you expect Tyson to go down?
Not in the first round.
I expect him to go down.
I don't know.
I don't even. Do you really?
I mean, that's iron.
I mean,
So-
and we're
so
not.
what?
And not
He's
just
not the
like-
same age.
So he not going down.
Iron
in
like
a real
52.
fight, not like some exhibition.
Iron like 52.
So he's not going down.
Iron younger, so I don't see him going down.
You just
right
said he would.
now. No, I bring it back. Mike, I bring that shit all the way back. You ain't negative.
Uh-huh, yeah,
all right,
yeah,
factual. All
yeah,
right,
yeah.
I was having a moment. You know what I'm saying? No.
I think Mike might be the same age as my brother. So Mike's like 54.
Yeah, Mike not going.
55 now. He's 55.
Mike Tyson
So
was
Mike is
20 in
55.
1986,
Right.
so he's 14 years older than us.
Right. Yeah. 55. So
Good math time.
yeah, he's the same age as my brother. I ain't have to do no math. But yeah, 55 and 59. But you would have different expectations for somebody like Mike, who's built like a tree trunk and is known for being an aggressive puncher. You would think that he might beat somebody to the punch in a scenario like that. But more than anything, in exhibition, somebody shouldn't be getting knocked the fuck out. Like Belfort kind of had an extra battery in his back to do that because typically, and I don't know, in most exhibitions, you're getting paid just to perform.
Right.
Like there's no incentive to knock anybody the fuck out. Like,
Well, Belfort won that Jake Paul fight.
yeah, that's the thing, man. He's the carrot too. Like in addition to beating everybody, but you can't knock somebody out and expect to get the
I
Jake
know.
Paul fight because
And the
where's
Holyfield
his
probably had a
incentive?
gentleman's agreement backstage, like you ain't gonna go full throttle.
So, speaking
like,
of
"No."
gentlemen's agreement, I did read that there was some suspicion that Tito Ortiz took a dive when he lost to Anderson Silva. I don't know if you
Really?
saw that. They
See,
boxed.
but
So I don't know if you saw it, but in the sequence that Tito got knocked out, it was just kind of like Silva was just pawing at him in the corner, and then all of a sudden he just went upstairs with a hook.
Yeah.
And he went down like.
Well, but Anderson Silva is Mr. Muay Thai.
What I'm
Mr.
saying is,
Jiu-Jitsu.
any
Mr.
one of us
Capoeira,
wouldn't
any
let
box.
somebody just like, but he wasn't doing that. Though.
But
He
so
was
that-
pawing at him in the corner, and Tito was just doing this.
But
I
look,
get that Tito never had hands
For
in
that
his
check.
life, but he didn't do anything from an offensive perspective. You don't have to train a lot to know to defend yourself offensively. You know what I'm saying? Like, you defend yourself by punching in addition to being defensive. He didn't even offer anything in return.
But my thing is this, right? Comparing them two fighters, Silva, I think, is a more experienced.
He's a more
combat
everything fighter than Tito Ortiz.
And also, the
Yeah.
only major injury Silva's ever had was that broken leg, which was some freak shit.
Yeah, it was.
And Tito Ortiz is Mr. Got No Knees, Mr. Got No Back. He's had all crazy surgeries.
I don't disagree with
see he
anything
has
you're
no
saying.
business being in the ring at all.
I don't disagree with anything you're saying, but he didn't even try to move his hands.
Because his back, he couldn't.
Shit, you know he sparred, you know he trained. Somebody had to co-sign him getting his ass in the ring, but he didn't do anything. He just was laying there like, make it stop, please. And Silva made it stop.
Yeah, and it was just surprising because I don't think Tito Ortiz is in bad financial straits or anything.
I have no idea.
So,
He might be, though. He's a real right-wing dickhead, so that wouldn't surprise me if he is in financial straits. He probably gave all his money to some dumbass church. Anyway.
Tell him how you really feel, Tyree.
Tell them about the
Move right
ring, man.
along.
Tell them about the ring, man.
The ring, man.
The ring. We was just talking about cats getting it on in the ring, and you know, there's a legend, you know, who we looked up to and loved in wrestling all day long. Actually, we quote one of our nicknames after a group that he's a part of, which is the Four Horsemen. You know
you see
what
that
I'm saying?
episode?
You know what I'm saying? I have not.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
I haven't
we will
seen
be
it
talking
either.
about the Nature Boy. Ric Flair, and yeah.
So I don't know if you guys all have Vice. Vice has a show called Dark Side of the Ring. It's also on Hulu. It talks about things that happen in the pro wrestling world that are kind of not spoken in most circles. Things that you'd have to be like a
Die-hard wrestling fan.
Yeah, you have to be me to know these stories. Like most of the stories that have come out, I already have a working knowledge of. This week's episode was about the plane ride from hell. So in 2002, they did an overseas tour. It ended maybe in England, don't quote me on that. And they flew back from, over in England or in Europe back to the States. They hired a private jet to do that, which isn't uncommon. I mean, you got all these dudes in this high
WWF?
WWE, WWF, whatever you want to say. And like this is '02, so at the time you still had the Undertaker, you still had Stone Cold, those type of people, the NWO. So they rented the plane, they're taxiing off, and I think where things get messy is the plane is taxied on the runway for 7 hours.
What's the delay for?
I don't know. Weather.
Oh, okay.
There was bad weather in Connecticut where they were going to land. So the plane was chilling on the runway for 7 hours. I'm of the opinion that you should just let people go back to the airport if you're going to be there that long.
Or something.
So they didn't. They had a drink cart. This is a private thing, so you don't have these little bottles. They got full-size bottles.
Yeah.
So they killed the drink cart. They got another drink cart while they was waiting. So they killed that one. They got another drink cart while they was waiting. And they killed that one. So 3 drink carts on this private plane before they even take off.
They fired up.
I don't know about cocaine, but they did speak about halcyon tablets that they would put in people's drinks. It's like it just leaves you kind of numb, like slurred speech.
Sound like Quaaludes.
Something that'll keep you. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? A similar biological effect.
Exactly.
Yeah, kind of just shit that would knock somebody out.
Percocet.
No, kind of like a
Ludes, nigga.
kind of like a date rape pill almost.
Ludes.
And it was a popular rib. Rib is wrestling slang for when they would play a prank on somebody to like unsuspectingly put them shits in somebody's drink. And you would put it in their drink, you would watch them get fucked up, and if they passed out, you would shave off their eyebrows, maybe help them up to their room and trash the shit out of their room. Like, I've read stories where people have retired from wrestling due to, like, the anxiety that them getting something slipped in their drink, they took them up to their room, they shaved their eyebrows, shit in their bag, just terrorized these people, all for the sake of a gag. I digress. So
Sounds like good times.
3 carts of alcohol later, they're on the plane and they're all intoxicated. There's like a bunch of little stories going around, but the 3 main ones is you guys remember Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig?
Of course.
So Mr. Perfect had got shaving cream, and he was going up to people and putting it on their head and then smacking them in the head after he put the shaving cream on. And this is 2002. So among the newer wrestlers that were there is Brock Lesnar. You guys all heard of Brock Lesnar.
Of course.
I mean,
he's huge.
he looks like a man Viking and now, and he was even bigger, younger, stronger then. Maybe the professionals can make sure their phones are off while we're going through this.
Exactly.
Maybe
But
not.
talk to him.
So he did the phone thing to Brock, smacked him in the head. Brock's young, Brock's new, Brock can't look like no bitch. So Brock immediately chases him in perfect runs. He catches him by the emergency door, and Brock's like picking him up and like slamming him into like the door. Like you're apparently when you're up that high, the door can't open, but you don't want to risk it with this
At all.
giant human slamming another giant human into
They're
the
unbelievably
door,
strong.
to the point where like at first the flight attendants tried to break him up, which is laughable, and then the wrestlers had to come and separate him. So there was that. There was another wrestler named JBL. He had a very physical match that night, and he cut himself. He bladed, so he had a gash that was healing while he was on the plane in a suit. And somebody named Michael Hayes came and like smacked him while he was sleeping on the gash and opened it up and got it all over his suit. So this dude got up and smacked Michael Hayes so hard he knocked him the fuck out. And Michael Hayes is a Southern wrestler, retired. He had like a backstage role at this point. He had a mullet. Somebody else, X-Pac 123 Kid, he took some scissors and cut the back of his mullet.
As he should.
And, like, everybody didn't like Michael Hayes, so they were really excited.
Yeah, fuck Michael Hayes.
And nobody told him who did it. And the next day, they pinned the mullet in, like, a plastic bag on a door or some shit just so he could see it. Anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck you.
And then the third and the most egregious story, I don't know why, but Ric Flair had a tendency to be naked.
Yeah, I've heard that a lot about him on the
Ric
plane.
Flair got naked on this plane, just had one of his robes on and nothing else.
Of course.
And he would do this thing where he would spin his dick around. This gyrating thing where he would spin his dick around. They didn't say this in the show, but I've read that he was calling up the women. And he was saying that you can't be the first, but you can be the next. And they would say no, and he was like, oh, okay, never mind. And you can't be the first. Like, and it got to a point where he had a stewardess like pinned in the corner for like a couple minutes and tried to get this stewardess to like touch his dick.
Flair.
All this happened on the plane ride. There was another dude who was just zooted out on pain pills so much that, some people thought he might have been dead. They had to wheel him out on a wheelchair.
He was like the guy on Half Baked.
It was actually Razor Ramon.
Wow.
Razor Ramon.
Yeah, yeah, and like somebody had to wheel him out.
Didn't he pass?
No.
Right.
Somebody had to wheel him out on a wheelchair after the flight, and like Jim Ross, who was like vice president he was in charge of talent, saw the one wrestler wheeling him out and just realized that he was just a fucked up mess. So Mr. Perfect got fired. Nothing happened to Brock Lesnar, even though he was the one throwing him into the door.
No, he was a talent.
Yeah, somebody else got fired. Like at least 3 people got fired for that plane ride, just because.
And of course, Flair is a legend.
They left the plane in shambles, vomit and all types of shit. They found like hypodermic needles on the ground in the plane. So
he was juicing everything.
Yeah,
Exactly.
So I think more than anything,
pain and gain type of flight.
Yeah,
out that joint.
which is a crazy movie.
A bunch of roided wrestlers.
Yeah,
man.
so I think
drunk as shit.
If you watch it on Vice, Ric Flair comes out looking like just an awful sexual predator. There's
But they
another
say something like he
wrestler.
exposed himself in some bar or some restaurant around a bunch of like little kids or something like that.
So I've heard other wrestlers say that. I've read a book where him and Jim Ross were trying to hook up with these 2 chicks that they met. Ric Flair hooked up. They had a good time at the restaurant. Jim didn't think that they were the ladies were feeling him. So he was like, Rick, what do we do? And Rick said, leave it up to me. They go in the limo.
Let me get naked.
He immediately whips his dick out in the limousine. Once they get his literal strategy was, once we're all in the limo, I'm just gonna go ahead and whip my dick out. And he did that, and the ladies left.
As
It didn't work. Yeah. So you roll the dice, and every now and then it doesn't work.
I mean, because it normally does.
It sounds like he does it enough that it has worked for him in his life.
On percentage wise, I might go 80 to 85%.
You never know. I mean,
that might
when this team is down a couple, I'm just gonna whip my dick out.
From like 84 to 89, that joint was probably cash. That was like ATM cards back then, because he was wheeling and dealing, Rolls Royce driving, wheeling, limousine riding.
The check come out now. We're not gonna pay for this man.
Wheeling and dealing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm having a hard time holding these alligators down.
How
You
Salvador
understand?
Dali would draw a picture on the receipt, he would just whip it out. Yeah, so he came off looking like a real asshole. Tommy Dreamer, who's another wrestler, used to be in ECW. He was also on the plane. They interviewed him for it. He really seemed like an apologist for Ric Flair. He was just one of the guys doing what the guys do, blah, blah, blah. So he came off looking like...
Yeah, all the guys who's out there just whipping their dick around, spinning it around, pause. Get out of here, dog.
So,
what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, they did. I mean,
on the plane with a bunch of fucking men. Like
it really, and it was funny because somebody, like the interviewer was like, so they act like a whole bunch of high school kids. They were interviewing Rob Van Dam, and he was like, it's kind of disrespectful to high school kids. It's really like middle school kids, the shit that they be doing, because you're really just...
That's what it sounds like.
Big ass children with money and resources, and you work for this whole puppet master who's just giving you enough money, just enough to come back for more, just so you can
and how
drink up and
you have the celebrity.
And this is how they let off steam,
for
dog.
sure.
This is how they let off steam. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're doing this shit damn near, if it's 365 days out of the year, they doing it, 320? Damn near.
I don't know if they do it that much now, but
back then, and what we talking about?
back when we were kids, it might have been
fam.
closer to 330, 340.
Like, so come on, fam. That's crazy, putting your body on the line like that.
I didn't find out about that until I was an adult. I just thought wrestlers wrestled on Saturday.
No.
And what's funny is the Saturday shit that we watched was taped.
Yeah,
like it was never a live show on Saturday. Like they would do shows like they weren't televised Monday through Friday.
Yep.
They would do a televised show on Saturday, and then sometimes they would do 2 shows on Sunday.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, back
It's a
then.
hell of a life. And you're an independent contractor, so you have no health insurance.
Wow.
You do all them crazy acrobatics.
Right, and if they're,
pounds.
and you know, nowadays especially with the Affordable Care Act, to have reasonable health insurance, non-employer sponsored, your premiums got to be in the thousands to have something reasonable. And you would think in that line of work you want to have something reasonable.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and not, God forbid, I mean, they also have, perfect scenario, maybe their spouse works and they can get on their plan, but if they don't, then they might have to insure their whole family, the wife and kids, you know, it's expensive to insure children. It's mind-boggling.
They're gonna be wrestling for the rest of their
to
life.
insure your spouse. To insure another adult is like threefold from insuring a kid. So like, yeah, it's a rough life.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Moving on, man.
So yeah, check out the Plane Ride from Hell episode and other episodes of Dark Side of the Ring. It's a really deep series. And, you know, if you were a wrestling fan as a child, it kind of pulls the curtain back like, well, damn, maybe they was fucked up. Yeah, they did. The dude that I thought was the man, wow. He really did. He did what, the who?
They human, too, and they be on that shit, too. Yeah. He was on that base, too. You know what I'm saying? But anyway.
And that brings us right into the next topic, like forgiveness. Like, you hear about Ric Flair cornering some young flight attendant in the corner, trying to get her to grab his dick or something like that. And you hear different stories about people who may have been quote unquote heroes to a lot of other people. You hear these crazy stories about their past and the wild things they've done. It's like, all right, we're all humans. We all make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? And they might have been on that coke and on that drink or whatever back then. It's like, do they deserve forgiveness, or should he be forgiven for these things that he's done? You know what I'm saying? If he asks to be forgiven.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But what are the limits though? Like, where do you draw the line though? Like, you know, like what do you get?
You can't just hunch your shoulders like that, like it's all good. Like, hypothetically, let's just say you found out that this person raped a child. You all good to forget? Oh, is shit different now?
I mean,
you just said unequivocally, absolutely.
You talking about a plane ride from hell when he out?
No. So what Stop was talking about was somebody who just had egregious, violent acts in their past. We're not talking about the plane ride from hell. We're just talking about a human being who had a past that is.
If I got to keep it a bean, if I'm going into my spirituality and everything, yeah, as really.
And if they ask for forgiveness, like they
exactly,
are asking
then I have to. Like, I mean, it is.
As you being the person who was victimized to some degree.
Yeah.
But I mean, but I feel you though. I feel like there's lines that can't be crossed.
Absolutely,
like,
and I'm in agreement with that. Like, and
so then there is
What's your lines?
Listen,
if they're lines, then it can't be absolutely. It can't be both.
Listen, at the end of the day, I can have an overall thought about things, but still, I'm an individual, and it gets into me. Like my spirit.
That's all I'm saying.
So when it gets into me, where I'm at right now, this is not where I might be, where my spiritual walk might be in a couple of years, but where I'm at right now, I can forgive to a point, but certain things.
Somebody cross your boy.
Fuck no.
There's no forgiveness.
Fuck no.
At no point.
Fuck no.
That's all I'm saying. I rest my case.
You know what I'm saying? And that's me right now.
But see, and that's exactly what it is. It's like a real dynamic kind of situation.
Same question to you.
Who crossed my son? Is this another kid? You see what I'm saying? So it depends. Like, is this another little kid just doing some stupid little kid shit?
Yeah.
Then I'm like, yeah, well, I can't. I hate to hold stuff over a kid's head.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Because you got
somebody twice your kid's age.
So you're not talking about an adult. So you got somebody who's 24. It's like, depending on what was done.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So right. Okay. Then that answers the question. So depending on what was done.
Right. Because I had this whole. I was thinking to myself. I don't know why it came up. I don't know. Something about infidelity. And it wasn't nothing to do with me. But I was. Let
me preface that.
Right.
Oh, wait, long. You know what I'm saying? Continue on.
But I was like, if your wife cheats on you, right? Like, intimately with somebody else, are you going to forgive her? Like if she genuinely is asking for forgiveness.
You took them vows, bro.
Yeah, I feel like right now I'm going to say like, since I'm not in that situation, I'm kind of like, no.
So,
because you got to know yourself.
You took that vows means that you would forgive.
But you got to,
because see now, just like you said, with everything, it's dynamics and levels to this shit. It's a difference if she fucking around with somebody and now she like, you know what, fuck you. I don't even want to fuck with you no more. Like, you know what I'm saying? You might still, in your heart of hearts, still want to be with her, but like, damn, she done put you in that position. But if she done did some shit and she coming clean and it's like, I fucked up.
Apologetic.
You know what
remorseful.
I'm saying? Like, I took vows, B, like, for better or for worse, like, this is a part of the game. Because, like, you know what I'm saying? As a man, I may have not necessarily honked the bitch while I was fucking around, but in my head, I done did all types of shit. You know what I'm saying?
But in your head, actuality.
You know what I'm saying?
But what I'm saying is, it's like, you know, and I can say no because I'm not in that situation, but you also got to know yourself. Like, if you're going to forgive her, you got to be the kind of person who can truly and absolutely forgive somebody. You can't be throwing that up in their face every time y'all have a fight.
I'm the worst because I'm thinking about the line. Like, you might forgive her for fucking somebody you don't know, but if she had
that's
that's why I said
if she fucked somebody you knew and you were close, or B, she fucked, I don't know, 5 strangers as opposed to 1. He's either raised at a gangbang.
like the homie wife from Road Trip. Remember the movie Road Trip and shit? Like,
see, I was thinking Boogie Nights, but same thing.
Exactly.
Either way, like, you know, there's a line.
Exactly.
There's a line.
Exactly.
With everything, right? Like, I might forgive you. You're tonguing down Mr. Marcus at the supermarket parking lot, but if I heard that you was just fucking the Harlem Globetrotters at the Pavilion last month, I'm not sure I can walk that down because I'm gonna be hearing this.
Why Mr. Marcus? She got something against like Steel.
Marcus was just the first name that popped in my head, but then Mr. Kevin like
Steel
star anyway. But you know, if they gangbang with the Harlem Globetrotters, all your homies gonna wind up singing or whistling Sweet Georgia Brown, and then you gonna wind up wanting to fuck them up, and they ain't doing nothing but trying to make a joke. And
that's what I'm saying. Like you got to be the kind of person that's willing to completely forgive them. Like I said, you can't ever throw that in her face again when y'all having a fight or an argument, or y'all can't.
Well, you fucked the Harlem Globetrotters.
You don't went out here sucking dicks. But hold on, y'all just having a fight over what y'all gonna get for dinner. You know what I mean?
You want Chinese again?
Stop. Pause.
Dick sucking ass. I can't believe you.
No, that's not. Stop. Pause. That's not realistic because you talking about
you. All feelings in relation to self is not realistic to you.
Get what? All right. Well, I'm saying
because we're all different. You got to know yourself. Like, are you that dude who might say something like that when you get frustrated?
None of us are going to handle the situation.
And if you are, then you don't need to be forgiven.
But
you can't completely let it go.
But you're not respecting that dynamic because it's levels to that dynamic. So listen, fuck that scenario. What if you dealing with a joint that has always throughout your whole tenure always tried to throw shit back in your face? You know what I'm saying?
She's the one who shouldn't be accepting your forgiveness.
No, I'm just saying, like, if
she's not willing to actually let it go.
Always trying to throw shit back in your face, and now you got the house of dicks in your mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like, here, this is what's going on. Yeah,
that's
jawbone bitch.
You gotta know yourself.
Yeah, I mean,
always throw it back.
I think if we're talking in terms of like ingredients for a successful relationship, you two motherfuckers shouldn't be together.
That's what I'm saying.
I can't wait to teach you about all those dicks you had. Like, that shouldn't be incentive. No. Like you know what I mean?
Agreed.
And you like that in front of the kids.
Oh, you just gonna eat sausage now, huh?
Exactly.
Like, just like your mother. Like, whoa.
Low, blow.
Whoa, Jesus. Oh my gosh.
Right, all the forks drop at the same time.
We gotta get the forks.
And that's what I'm saying, man. Like, even if you get to a point where you have one of those people who's always trying to throw shit in your face, like, you should be out before it gets to a point where you got something that you can throw back at them because
now
this is going to be pattern. Exactly. Like, you're going to be doing this in perpetuity to one of you motherfuckers in the ground. Exactly. So get out now while you can, or
so in a way, I
wait
feel
for
like
you to have an opportunity to say something back to her.
I feel like it weighs more heavily on the person doing the forgiving than the person asking for forgiveness. You know what I'm saying? Even though the person asking for forgiveness can truly feel terrible, like, yo, I've ruined my marriage, I've ruined my relationship, we got these kids, we got this, whatever. But it's the person.
The forgiver has a longer shelf life.
Absolutely.
The forgive asker, they almost feel absolved once they are forgiven.
Put that shit out there.
And they
shit off their chest.
That weight is relieved. They're sleeping like a baby
Yeah,
at
they
night.
put that shit
and
on
you
you.
sleeping next to them, and your eyes are
that shit
open
on you.
the whole time, just
Exactly.
thinking like, oh, now they all cool, everybody cool and shit.
You just looking at her like this
Right.
dick sucker. Look at this, and one mind, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Everybody I brought in here, huh? You was sizing up everybody. Huh? That's what type of time you was on.
Lesnar.
No, you was no goddamn good. So yeah, I mean, it definitely do, and that's how it go. And being as though I've been on both sides, and on the other side, we're putting that
Both sides and the other side.
Both sides.
In case you ain't even know.
Yeah,
Back it up, flip it, rub it down. Oh no.
Side.
It'd be a heavy load on them, dog. You know what I'm saying, dog? And then on the flip side, it'd be a heavy
On the
load
flip
on you.
side, I forgot a side.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
That's
on
how
the
the flip side.
And on the flip side, you just gotta be like, where you at with it? Can you eat that or you can't eat that? As a man, it's really simple. Can you eat that or can you not eat that?
I don't even know what the fuck you
But
talking
see,
about.
but even though as a man though, I feel like it's
I
probably
mean, with
harder
her cheating and
for
doing
a
that type
man,
of shit, like, you
than
get what
it
I'm
is
saying,
for a woman.
basically?
I don't know why we got that bias, but it just
What, no, I'm sorry, what'd you say, son?
it's harder for men to forgive a woman cheating than it is for.
To you.
Nah, I think that's a pretty.
It might be to other people, but that doesn't make it a unilateral statement.
No. But if we had to play.
I mean, but that's because we live in, a chauvinistic world.
I'm sorry. Listen, man. Y'all niggas can kill that. I'm from the school of women are the most treacherous, and sneaky motherfuckers.
I know where he was going with that. I'm glad he went there.
On the face of this motherfucking earth. Frames off again.
Fake glasses alert.
And guess what? So yeah, I'm from the school of, from what I've seen in my 41 years, I'm privy to the point that she probably, unless you marry, like this is where I give the fact that she hopefully may not be doing something. If I'm actually living with her, cohabitating, or I'm married. Other than that, shit, nigga, it's a rizzack. That bitch doing whatever the fuck she want to do when she ain't around you. Yeah, she at work all right, getting that overtime.
See, you got some unresolved trauma.
No, I don't. I don't got no. I know.
Like you can't. That's
No,
not.
listen.
Man. I don't feel like most people are like that. But if you
It's
definitely
cool.
can't
I don't know what
go
world
into
you live in.
relationships.
I don't know what world you live
You
in.
can't go into relationships viewing stuff.
He
like
just
that.
said he'd do.
Exactly.
No, but that's like.
What's wrong with you? Because I'm a realist, nigga. You in La La Land. I'm cool. You're married. You done worked it up to all this shit.
No,
and
man,
it done
you
took the
can't.
brother. It
I
done took you.
disagree. You got to give her the benefit of the doubt. Like,
Yeah, so
every joint treacherous.
what he's basically saying is, as soon as y'all part ways, he go back to his crib, she go back to her house. She's the Harlem Globetrotters there. She got dicks
it
waiting.
ain't gotta be that. No, come on, man, stop.
Well, that's what you said.
No,
you looked in the camera, took your fake glasses off.
Every woman is treacherous.
Vile
creature.
Mike Tyson said vile creature.
Vile creature.
Wretched creature. That's the one that gave me the clap. That's what you're saying right now.
Get what I'm
So
saying?
clap having Jezebel. Nigga,
They have it in
the
them.
whole of Babylon.
They don't necessarily have to use it, but it's in them. So I'm from the school of, you hope that that's not the case, and from what you see and how y'all interact, you can get a gathering and feeling on that. It's a case-by-case study.
Okay.
But over the course of my years, I'm not one to be like, yeah, this is so great. Like, yeah, unless I'm married or living with my John to be like, yeah, my John ain't fucking around on me. I don't know. Because business is crazy. And that's it, man. And it can go down. And they one of the most sneakiest motherfuckers around. And you can think what the fuck you want, but they will tell you what they want and do what the fuck they feel. Period.
Oof.
You know what I'm saying?
Oof. That had like a VH1 Real Housewives vibe. Had the glasses on, especially the end, and do what the fuck they feel.
Down into serious.
Next thing you gonna be on the camera, she's telling me this, and I don't know where to go. 'Cause I
You know what I'm saying? I'm just a messenger. That's all, man. And I'm not saying this. There's plenty of loyal, lovely women out there that's on that type of time, and I get that.
100%.
But it takes time, and they done been through some shit to even get there. And salute to them. And hopefully, when they run across that right brother, he gonna do them right. and that's cool. But
I mean, that's kind of like the way it is, man. Like, you know, like if relationship I'm in now, like I feel like she and I both feel like
I was just thinking of the name.
we don't want to fuck it up. So if you're willing to do what's necessary to not fuck it up every day, then as days turn into weeks to months to years, then you should be in a good way.
But you spending that, but get what I'm saying? That QT. When you got that chi and that quality time put in together, you building that rapport. If you got moments and shit like that from both ends where you got, you know what I'm saying, where it's not like that all the time, those are where the moments there where shit can slip in your head about things. That's all I'm saying.
No, and I don't disagree. When you have those scenarios, you should be looking for other ones to where you don't have them.
Exactly. So that's all I'm saying. It's not every woman. I'm not going to bash every woman. No. There's plenty of women that ain't on that type time. There's plenty of men that ain't on that type time. But at the end of the day, you motherfucking women are sneaky than the motherfucker. And I'm not going to sit here and fraud like y'all not. And y'all know y'all the fuck are.
I'm beating his fist.
No,
So
right? I just want to start giving them the benefit of the doubt. I feel like you're not giving them the benefit of the doubt.
I don't give nobody the benefit of the fucking doubt. I never will in life. I've been here long enough to know fuck that.
Never will in
You
life.
got to earn it. You got to earn certain shit with me. I'm not giving you the benefit of the shit.
Yeah, you don't want to say that around him, Pam. That's one of his trigger words. He got real right there.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah.
Don't say that.
Somebody gonna say that shit at work. What? Somebody what?
I heard somebody getting
Say what?
somebody else
Knock you
benefit of
the
the
fuck
doubt.
out.
What's wrong with you?
Say what? Nigga, I was looking for my scissors. You know what I'm saying? That's all. That's all. It wasn't in your bag, man. Now, moving sporadically, I would like to get one thing off.
That was the last thing I had on my list.
Well, I just had
Say
something.
moving what?
Don't even worry about it, man.
Sporadically?
Exactly. I made that up real quick. You saw that real quick?
Because he had like people ain't gonna watch this and wonder what the fuck he just said. So let me represent the people right now.
You know what
That
sporadic
shit.
mean? Come on, man.
Talk to him, still.
I know what sporadic
You know what I'm
mean.
saying? Bite
That when you
it.
get like the white shit in your head and the cake up.
It might be. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Listen, we just came to the end of the summer. You know what I'm saying? And pretty much, I'm trying to do a roundup right now. Since the beginning of the year to pretty much, I want to say around August into August. What are your top 5 favorite albums right now, man?
Favorite albums, right? Like in 2021.
2021.
I hate when you do
Yeah,
this.
because it's on the spot. You don't give nobody no time to think about that shit, man.
I did not mention it
He's
in the
got
group
5
chat.
that he
Yeah,
wants to
yeah.
run
You
down.
can talk about
Hey,
it. I don't think about it all
Tom,
week.
hey,
Just
Tom,
share
hey,
your
Tom.
top 5.
Hey,
That's what you
Tom,
want.
didn't I mention that in the group text earlier?
Yeah.
I did mention that as a topic, right?
But I can't do that, and I need more time. That's
No, you
something
don't.
like- I can't remember every album.
Tommy, don't help when he asks you stuff, man.
I mean, listen,
How you
man.
gonna say that?
All right, just name some albums then.
Well, I mean, you got your 5 already laid
Yeah,
out.
what's your
Go
5?
ahead.
Tell us your 5. We'll let you know how we feel about your 5.
Yeah.
Oh no, then y'all gonna go ahead and
No, we ain't.
correspond to
Maybe-
it.
I'm pretty sure the
Fuck it.
songs he named or the albums he named would be the, y'all probably heard them already too. So you can
Just run your list down sporadically.
All right,
and
and
we're feeling the
we
songs.
want my nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's
we'll
what
come
I'm
in on the, we'll come in on the crust.
Exactly. Exactly, my world, man. He get the lingo. So this is how it go, man.
Oswald Jenkins.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna start at the top, man. Of course, we got to talk about one of the hardest working, units in hip hop right now. Do. You know what I'm saying, Griselda? And we're gonna start with La Machina. You know what I'm saying? Conway the Machine. You know what I mean? For me, absolutely. Do I have a problem with that to start off? For me, that was one of the top albums to just start hit the year.
Stop making noises with
You know
the
what I'm
bottle.
saying? Bang.
On the podcast.
So let's go right there. Then we got La Machina, right? Then we got the illest album drop of life, for life. Nobody ever will do this. Drop an album and go play basketball in Africa. You understand what I'm saying? Listen what I just said. Go drop your album, and I'm not worried about a press tour or none of that. I'm going to play ball in Nigeria somewhere like that, B. You understand? J. Cole. Cole definitely hit when he dropped. So, we got him right there. Then we come down a little bit. This is where it can get a little funky for some people, but for me, yeah. Absolutely the OG, Nas Escobar, King's Disease 2. Right now, that might be one of my, favorites, absolutely, up there with Cole, but yeah.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Then, we got 2 left. You know what I'm saying? And right now, one just came out not too long ago. Actually, no. I got Tyler, the Creator. All right? His joint that dropped with the passport picture. Don't give me a line. I forgot the name of the actual project.
Something if you get lost.
Exactly. Call me if you get lost. Absolutely. With DJ Drama on that joint. Bang. And number 5.
Lil Nas X.
Kiss My Tarot. That was his.
I knew he was about to say that. Did you say that? Did you say that shit?
That's a song. Kiss My Ass. Ain't that the lead track?
Is it?
No.
No, he didn't say it was. Is it?
Yeah, but he liked that joint though.
No.
He liked that joint. He liked
I
that.
remember him saying something about the devils.
Anyway.
Something.
He liked that joint.
Yeah, no. Negative, man. On all that shit. West Side Gun. Hitler. Where's Hermes Part 2, man, right now for me, man.
Part 2? You mean Hitler Works on 8?
Yeah.
It's 8?
Yeah, it's
This is
8.
8.
Yeah.
This is 8?
Yeah.
I thought he was a Griselda fan. This is number 8.
Listen,
Yes,
man.
that's a fantastic album. But this is number 8.
All right.
Come on,
You know what
man.
I'm saying?
Come on.
Listen, man.
That joint just came out. That was
Couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Things like that. That's good. Yeah, I agree with that. That's a good album. And I thought it was good because he got some dope features on there too.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of Stove God Cooks on there too. Which
I fuck with that guy.
Yeah.
Well, the Butcher joint, One Way Flight, that album. When did that come out? Was that this year?
No, that was last year.
Okay.
Was that?
Yeah. 2021, he didn't come out.
One of the
until
plugs I met too?
No, the plugs I met too didn't have One Way Flight on it. That's his actual album, you know, the Legend joint with everything on it. Yeah, exactly.
He put out so many albums.
Exactly. That's why I got fucked up. My bad, Griselda. You know what I'm
But
saying?
yeah, I feel you on that. And I feel like I want to say I feel you on the Nas album, but I feel like I want to listen to that joint one time. I definitely liked Extinction Level Event 2. Busta Rhymes joint.
But that's not 2021.
It's not?
No,
Are you sure?
that's 2020, bro.
Nah, Extinction Level Event 2 is 2021.
October 2020, brother. We talking about
I mean,
2021.
he seems pretty confident in his
Yeah,
answer.
exactly. Yeah. Go ahead, pull it up. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't a 2021 album, man.
He didn't need a month, nigga.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he
So-
might got you there.
Exactly. It's like I
What
know when
about
they
the
do.
tops that the world like to talk about?
Oh, and that's what we didn't mention, which was Donda.
Damn, you right.
I know the fuck I'm right. I know my albums. I'm the culture, nigga. Donda.
Out to the month.
You know what I'm saying?
It's October 2020.
And what's of course Drake.
Certified Lover Boy.
Certified Lover Boy.
I've heard some of Certified Lover Boy. It's
I've heard
alright.
both projects.
But Donda, I'm not really. Maybe it's too many tracks.
I thought it was kind of boring to me. I mean,
It's a bunch.
I'm
Of,
going back to re-listen to it. You know what I mean? So
and I've tried, and I'm a Kanye fan. But like I was talking to Tom about it not too long ago. Like it's like maybe you got like 26 tracks on there, and I might like go back to play 4 or 5.
maybe it was too many. Like I was listening to it at work, and I got bored with it. I don't want to get bored with it. You know what I'm saying? Like that shouldn't be.
That's your artwork. Like you know what I'm saying? And it's like
Like maybe I wasn't approaching it from the right mindset. I need like to
I think we're no
stop
longer in the
listen
age
to
of
it
double
again.
albums. I think we're used to shorter,
Yeah,
more
man.
concise.
No. It's deeper than that, yo.
But I feel like it was dope 2 hours.
Exactly. That's what.
Listen,
Like,
though,
let's
you know
stop.
what I'm saying?
Let's cut the bullshit, man.
But yo,
Like, you know what I'm
speaking of
saying?
which, outside of Wu-Tang, what other dope double album have you ever?
Biggie Smalls got the best one ever.
That joint was okay, but I don't
You're
think
out
it
your
was
mind.
consistent like both.
Yeah,
discs like
absolutely.
that.
So the beauty of Biggie's second album was that it appealed to everybody.
Yeah,
like
like-
there was 5 songs for everybody that
Yeah, dog,
for whatever
that's-
genre
that-
of rap that you.
when I
like.
think of
but
that-
I don't disagree with what you're saying.
It's not too
but
dope. It's not like you're getting 2 albums that are chock full of dope music. You know what I'm saying?
I
You're
disagree.
getting 2 albums full of hits.
I don't know if there's 2 albums full of hits on that one. It's hits, but it's not 2 albums.
I mean, that's your opinion. That's when I think of double albums. That's my favorite fucking double album. It's
Because
like-
that one, what was Tupac's double album?
All eyes.
All Eyes on Me.
I
That's
fuck
that-
with Wu-Tang forever.
Didn't I say
No,
that?
I'm not hating
outside
on
of
Wu-Tang
Wu-Tang
Forever. I'm just saying.
Like how many really double albums like that have you really?
That's like 3, and that's it. And that's all in the same era, in that late '90s era. Like other than that, no.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hove tried it. It didn't work.
Somebody in Cleveland probably like both
Yeah,
awards.
I had that, but that wasn't the only thing. I
No,
ever played
dog,
on that.
like,
There was
I
a
mean,
couple songs on
that-
there,
that-
There was
but it
some
wasn't.
production on that a little bit.
But like, yeah, that John, like when I think about double albums, like, no, that it was okay, but it's not.
Yeah, I think that time is gone. I think people really, the attention span is too short right now. You better.
But I mean, if there was only 3 that we can think of, and potentially 1 or 2 that were dope, then that time was never here. Like there should have never been. Like you should have just put all the dope ones on one CD and just roll that shit out. You know what I'm saying? Other than the Woo, which
I think because
everybody probably doesn't agree with that because we were like super fans.
Nah,
at that
they're
point,
crazy.
So, you know
If you don't agree, come on, come on.
But what you feel
We're
about?
talking about the greatest hip hop group of all time.
I'm not disagreeing with anything you're saying, Steve.
Anyway. But like I said, we're in a streaming era where we're getting new music constantly, singles constantly. I think people react better to shorter albums, 10 songs max. You know what I mean?
But it still goes back to the original question, though. Between them two, which one is you?
Oh, between Drake
Certified
and
Donda and Certified Lover Boy.
I mean, I can't really give you an honest answer. Like I said, like
I feel like I only listen to both.
If
of
I
them
had to do based on replays, I've played the Drake album maybe twice, but not all the way through. Like I'll go to certain tracks. I haven't gone back to revisit Donda, and I'm a Ye fan.
No, I get that. So this is where I'm at with that. It's like on the Drake album, I got more, and there's not many because on his album he got a lot of tracks, but it's only like again, like maybe 4.
Mm-hmm.
If maybe I'm stretching a 5 for that, but like
4 and a
them
5.
Jones, but those Jones, like it's like one, like my favorite Joan on there right now is You Only Live Twice with like Ross, Weezy, and him on that joint. Like that's the joint that come on like bang, like you know what I'm saying. I'm in from the rip. Besides maybe like Juni Wanatana or something on Ye Joint, like it's nothing that.
Yeah, I feel you.
You get what I'm saying? Just brought me in that I even want to keep repeating.
That John ain't even on there, right?
Yeah, exactly. With 3 stacks, live for the party.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that. I mean, honestly, you should thank Drake for that one. Like, you know what I'm saying, for leaking it. Like, because that joint is stupid. Like, you know what I'm saying? And comparison to everything that's on there, I'm not hating on the album, but this, like, but you gotta think about Ye too, where he at now, where he in his head and this everything. Of course, beyond where he at spiritually, but he been since the 808 and the Heartbreaks on some Sonic shit, dog. So he thinking about stadium music. So when he making them out, like that's why the whole build up with like that stuff in Atlanta, and when he was doing the like pre-parties, like that's why that shit was hitting him and hitting more because over them loud, like in them speakers, and when that shit come out, like it's different now, like kind of hearing it, but like you hear that shit live, that shit gonna hit you differently. You know what I'm saying? And that's how he go with that shit.
But you got to be able to get people to want to come and hear it live, like.
And I'm in agreement with that.
You know what I mean? It's got to be.
I'm just talking about where that's where he left me with that, thinking on that type vibe with this album. Like, I get where he was coming to content wise, but on the sonic sound, it just was like, yay, like I know you got way more you can do with these beats than what the fuck you doing right now.
And that's what it is, man.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I think it's a step, I think his next album is probably gonna be crazy. This is a step,
or maybe not.
No, I think so. I think he's experimenting, and I love that with an artist.
Sure,
but I think the next album is gonna be the one you're gonna be like, yo, yeah, he back on his.
Because that's pretty much like where it's at. It's like, yo, we know what he's doing, and right now, this don't make sense. That, all right, basically. On some content, like I fuck with Ye more on what he was trying to do content and where he's trying to expand himself. Drake, you know, he all in his emotions and all that. Like Drake's the MC therapist, the rapper MC everything therapist. Like he's the nigga you sit in front of and tell your shit to, and he can express it out to you in hits. Basically, that's how I view him at this point. But on a level, he got better beats on his album than fucking Kanye got. And that don't make sense to me.
Yeah, no.
Like that makes no fucking sense to me. Like that's absurd to me. So that's where we at with this.
Listening to it the other day, it was a Ye beat. I was like, where the hell is shit like this, man? It was Dreams.
Yeah.
Like that's like my favorite joint, man. Like, how come you ain't beat that? I mean, I'm not saying beat it, but like, I don't feel like none of the joints sound like that no more.
And that's what I'm saying. Those are the type of things that like pulled you in. Like you ain't even need to hear a verse yet. Like that beat came on and that shit was like, yo, like what is he doing right now? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not getting that, dog. Like And that's what I need. That's what the people need from you. Yeah, we love you, man. But like, real rap, while you out there in fucking Wyoming, out in the cuts with the cows, I need you to go back in that bag, dog. That bag. Go back in that bag, B. Seriously, fam. That's all.
Yeah. No, you're right.
So, you know, that's all, man. That's where we was at with that. And, yeah, man. Shit.
I'm spent.
Feels good to be back on. Glad we got to do this.
You know what I'm saying? Back in the kitchen, man, and impromptu. And expect more from the boys, man. We're coming. Fall season is upon us, which means season 4. So we got more in store. The Bols podcast, that is. Hold up, fam. Did you peep my hoodie? We everywhere. You understand what he got on? The Bols design right there. Carolina blue for you and you. You know what I'm saying? And then that's just a little play on the 36 chamber tee right there that my man Skyrie got on right there. You know what I'm saying? So, cop up and check us out on all platforms. Spotify, iTunes, the Gram, YouTube, your mama tube. Whatever it need to be, this is what we doing. Dread on the lens, the Bols, the 4 horsemen, we everywhere.